Hello, welcome to our RecapPlus channel with me, Matthew. Today we will watch a recap movie called El Grindo, released in 2012. This is a spoiler content video. So please turn on the subtitle and let's start the story. The film opens with the tale of the man, a police officer who has captured a drug cartel member and placed them in the trunk of his car. He seized a bag containing $2 million before detonating the car. Despite his injuries, he treks through the desert in search of the nearest town, hoping for medical attention and water after a long journey. Along the way, he encounters 3 men carrying a gallon of water, but one of them is cruelly mistreating a dog. The man attempts to intervene and scolds the man, leading to a confrontation, which he manages to win despite being outnumbered. Regrettably, during the fight, the precious gallon of water is lost. Putting aside his frustration, the man continues his journey with the tortured dog in tow. Eventually, he arrives in a residential area in the small town of El Fronteras. Here, he encounters a young woman named Flaca who demands his bag. However, Flaca, lacking combat skills, is easily defeated. The man disarms her, but instead of causing harm, he instructs her to remove her shirt. Afterward, he leaves Flaca and proceeds to a cafe, where he is met with an uneasy reception from the staff. They appear hesitant to serve him food and drinks, prompting the man to leave for a convenience store, only to be chased away by the cashier. Thirsty and determined, the man reaches a bar owned by a woman named Anna. He offers to pay $100 for water, but Anna insists on 5 $100 bills before reluctantly serving him a single shot outside her bar. Meanwhile, in another scene, a gang leader named Culebra is subjecting a new recruit to brutal initiation rituals in an abandoned building. Flaca arrives during this ordeal, and Culebra learns of her failed attempt to rob a foreigner. He offers her a chance to join his gang, but their conversation is interrupted by Sheriff Chief Espinosa's arrival, who disperses them. Back to the man, he tries to buy bus tickets but is met with a refusal from the clerk. He also learns that his desired mode of transportation is unavailable. Returning to Anna's bar, he discusses his predicament with her and discovers that the old woman selling bus tickets had deceived him. The bus he needed would depart at 2 p.m., but he had arrived too late. Anna, sharing her observations about the town's attitude towards outsiders, takes pity on him and allows him to spend the night in her barn. While sleeping, the man reflects on the events leading up to his arrival in El Fronteras. He and 3 fellow police officers had been tasked with arresting a cartel dealer near the border, only to find themselves ambushed upon arrival. The man managed to retrieve his gun from the car's trunk and survive, though his companions perished. After a violent confrontation, he took a bag full of money as evidence. When he awakens, he finds Anna holding a knife to his throat, suspecting him of being involved with the drug cartel due to the bag's contents. Anna expels him from her place, and as Flaca passes by, she tosses the man's bag out the window. Flaca seizes the money and escapes, with the man in hot pursuit. In a hasty and distracted moment, Flaca crashes into someone while driving, sending the bag flying. The man attempts to retrieve his bag, but Culebra and his gang members outmaneuver him, taunting him in the process. Furious at being toyed with, the man unleashes his anger and defeats Culebra's men in a brawl. Their fight is halted by Sheriff Espinosa, who fires a warning shot. Culebra, unaware of the bag's contents, returns it to the man and insists he leave the city immediately, threatening to assassinate him if he disobeys. Meanwhile, American police, led by Lieutenant West, converge on a desolate hillside where a shootout ensues between the man and cartel members. The crime scene is examined, and the forensic team assists in identifying the deceased victims. West eventually uncovers that one of the framed cops had taken all of the cartel's money. Back in El Fronteras, the man remains seated in front of Anna's bar. Anna approaches him and shares the city's history with him. El Fronteras was once a thriving city, attracting tourists until it fell under the control of gangsters and cartels. Foreigners were banned from entering, and even locals were forbidden from interacting with or serving foreign visitors. After narrating the tale, Anna allows the man to sleep outside her bar. The following morning, Flaca approaches the man, who is still asleep, as she remains determined to get her hands on the money. The man realizes his bag has been stolen and gives chase, but Flaca trips him by tying his leg. After untangling his leg, the man climbs onto the rooftops of nearby houses to track Flaca's movements. He spots her in the middle of the road, inspecting the bag's contents and discovering the money. The man pushes her, causing the money to scatter on the street and attract a crowd's attention. Upon Culebra's complaint, Sheriff Espinosa gets involved and directs Culebra to assassinate the man and retrieve the money. Meanwhile, at the police station, Lieutenant West tries to convince his superiors that the man is responsible for the murders of 3 cops and cartel members, driven by a desire for money. He requests permission to pursue the man, emphasizing that his Mexican background would facilitate the capture. As the man waits for a bus, Culebra's men arrive to eliminate him. The man manages to seize a gun from one of Culebra's men and shoots him, but more of Culebra's men continue to arrive. This confrontation causes the man to miss his intended bus. Simultaneously, Sheriff Espinoza, recognizing that the man is not an ordinary individual, instructs his men to track him down and arms himself in preparation for the hunt. Amidst the ongoing battle with Culebra's relentless men, the man is determined to fight them off. Flaca, however, takes advantage of the chaos to sneak up on the man's bag. She makes a run for it, but the man gives chase and warns her that taking the bag would lead to her death at the hands of Culebra's men. Despite the warning, Flaca refuses to relinquish the bag and even scales walls in an attempt to escape. It's in this tense moment that Culebra arrives, pointing a gun at them. As Culebra takes aim at Flaca, who's still climbing the wall, the man hurls a knife at him, causing Culebra's shot to miss and only strike Flaca in the leg. Culebra, in return, manages to shoot the man's hand. Thankfully, Anna intervenes by striking Culebra on the head with a brick before he can fire at the man, and she then takes the man to her home for medical attention. The following day, Flaca confronts Culebra about his intentions to kill her. Culebra justifies his actions by stating that Flaca needs to prove herself by taking life to join his gang. Disheartened by Culebra's response, Flaca departs with tears in her eyes. Culebra subsequently goes to Anna's bar and demands that she surrender the foreign man she is harboring, threatening to kill her and burn down her establishment. A bystander outside the bar rushes to Anna's aid, but West, holding him at gunpoint, compels him to surrender. The man seizes this opportunity to question West about his motivations for trapping him and his 3 companions. West explains that the man and his colleagues were too principled in their jobs, often thwarting West's corrupt activities. Later, West escorts the man to the sheriff's office and requests that he be held in a prison cell. He hands over the bag containing the money to the sheriff, who divides it among the corrupt officials, instructing West to use the remainder for purchasing drugs. The following day, Culebra arrives at the sheriff's office to inquire about the man's fate. Espinoza informs him that he is free to kill the man, as long as the process is agonizing. However, Culebra is taken aback to discover that the prison cell is empty, leading to an unexpected turn of events. The man managed to escape through a window and proceeded to steal a car in pursuit of West, who had fled the city. A high-speed car chase unfolded, culminating in a collision between the man's vehicle and West's car, which crashed into the border wall. Border guards who witnessed the incident opted not to intervene, making a hasty exit. West, desperate and armed with a shotgun, scoured his car for the man, but couldn't locate him. Unbeknownst to West, the man had positioned himself behind West, aiming a gun at him. In a last-ditch effort, West offered to share the money he had with the man, tossing the money bag toward him. However, the man disregarded the offer and fatally shot West. That same night, Culebra apprehended Anna on charges of conspiring with the man and had her brought before the sheriff. Culebra's associates also set fire to Anna's bar. As Anna faced imminent execution, a large crowd of El Fronteras residents gathered in protest. The man, moving through the crowd, distributed money to the townspeople. Seeing the residents siding with the man, Culebra's men abandoned their weapons. Undeterred, Culebra stealthily made his way through the crowd with intentions to assassinate the man, only to be thwarted by Flaca, who stabbed him before he could harm the man. The man expressed his gratitude to Flaca for her brave act. However, in a sudden turn of events, Espinoza rammed into the man from behind, causing him to tumble to the ground. Just as Espinoza was about to shoot the man, the dog that the man had rescued bit Espinoza's hand. Seizing the opportunity, the man retrieved the fallen gun and shot Espinoza. Although wounded, Espinoza wasn't yet incapacitated and drew his backup weapon, aiming it at the man. Swiftly, Anna grabbed and hurled a knife, which found its mark in Espinoza's chest, ultimately ending his life. The man handed Espinoza's badge to Anna as the crowd cheered in approval. Anna was subsequently chosen as the new sheriff by popular acclaim. Eventually, Anna and the man married, and she reopened her bar. With the influx of foreigners, the city's economy flourished, bringing a positive transformation to El Fronteras. Thank you for watching.